All right, guys, so I had to make this video real quick because of all of the Nikola absurdity that came out. So, I mean, obviously this thing is still developing. All right, so is there a chance that everything that the Oppenheimer report said was wrong? Possibility, of course. It's not facts. 110%. There was a lot of facts in there, but a lot of things could still come to fruition that we don't know about, right? So we got to let the SEC and the DOJ do their job. But this is what we do know, and of course, I'm going to compare it to Tesla. And those of you that might have not know this, the famous inventor, the one that should have been, it is the father of electricity, Nikola Tesla is his actual name. Badass dude. You should look up look him up on YouTube. Crazy videos out there about how he wanted to send energy not telepathically, but like have it jump instead of have what we had now, which is like a power line. Crazy mind-blowing stuff. He even made GE's like the water turbines and stuff, and just insane guy. But Tesla, Musk made it after him, his last name in a sense, follow electricity. And then all of a sudden this company, Nikola, comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh wow, how original, so that was like first red flag. When I heard that, I was like, huh, no, like, all right, whatever, like, I guess paying homage, right? But obviously one of them was phony, or is claiming to be. So here's the thing. Nikola secured their contract with Anheuser-Busch, who is the largest, beer maker in America. So not to get all nerdy and down into the science of the hydrogen and why hydrogen is theoretically better as of right now, alternative for something that's like powertrain in the sense of the semis, because the combustion, you could YouTube that and it's going to explain it way better than I ever could. I sucked at science, by the way. So, but basically what these guys did is they secured that contract, got the confidence, and they wanted to make a leg. And what a leg is like in shipping terms or logistics or whatever, it's like if you were going from like Texas to Oklahoma and Oklahoma back, and you just kind of, did that, right? The idea behind it was really smart. It was like, hey, we're going to get, from Bush or from whoever's doing it, we're going to get it from this point to this point, and we're gonna distribute the hydrogen in between there, and when we're going after this market, which is semis, which is big rigs. And when you break down the semi market, of course, there's a lot of competition, a lot of independent companies, Swift, a bunch of big companies. They kind of have their routes in place, right? Because once you secure, if you're big enough and you secure a contract, that'd be like the goal of a logistics company, a bigger trucking. I keep saying logistics company, but a trucking company is like kind of like FedEx is going to go from like here to here, right? Or if you own like Swift or like night trucking, I'm sure you've seen their trucks on the road. They're going to go certain routes. So if you built your company's business model originally off of that, and you plugged in your hydrogen stations, along those freeways and those transits, it's a good way because you're getting revenue from selling the truck. Then you're going to make revenue off the hydrogen cells. And then, as you start building that infrastructure slowly, it allows you to scale into vehicles and the trucks because the infrastructure will stop being there. Very smart thinking in a sense. Really, really good market because it's also high in capital. And if you could save them on their bottom line, they're going to be more inclined to switch rather than people like me and you are going to be like, well, if it's not a certain type of fuel, there's so many options, right? For cars, we have like Volkswagen and you got like your Lexuses and your Camrys and your Corollas, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of competition there. But for big rigs, who cares what it looks like? If it's saving us money, let's do it. You know what I mean? So that was really smart. Now, everything started coming to fruition right, or as far as the report blowing up, right when GM came out, right? The GM deal came out, and I saw that, and I posted, I was like, wow, 20% pop, $2 billion. But it wasn't $2 billion. It was a $2 billion in product deal. But from my understanding, from what I've read so far, it's Nikola is going to pay GM $700 million, and in return, GM is also going to get 11% stake in the company, and they're going to be essentially providing all the goodies. When you dig deeper into it, they're not really making anything themselves, right? They're kind of outsourcing, and that's why I said kind of drop shipper, you know. And if you guys aren't familiar with drop shipping, is, you know, you find a product, you source it, you know, here in America, another country, wherever, whatever type of product it is, and you set up your website and you say, hi, I'm selling, you guys are used to the water bottles, I'm selling this water bottle, but, you know, the cap might be made in Japan, this might be made in Mexico, this might be made somewhere else. And all this material just gets shipped like somewhere in Texas or somewhere in California. Somebody else puts it together, and, you know, a user, you know, pays for it, and someone else is producing it, someone else is putting it together. It just shows up there, and I just play the management. I'm like, hey, you know, this is Joe Hall's Water Bottle Co. And yeah, essentially that's it. You know, I don't have any responsibility. I don't have any of the tech. I don't have the warehouse. I don't have the any of that. I just say, hey, to you, as you being a customer, do you want a water bottle? I'll send you a water bottle, but then don't look over here. And on the back end, I got everybody making it, producing it. All those things have a cost. And let's say this thing cost me like 70 cents to make with shipping and all that. I'll sell it to you for $1. And my only cost is my advertising, right? I make it advertise, make it seem like this is the hottest water. Kanye West would drink this water. And you're like, yeah, I want that water. And that might cost me like another 10 cents out of the product to get you to buy it, and I keep the 20 cents. And that's what Nikola is essentially right now, is they have really nothing, or at least to this date, they haven't released any type of proprietary software. And that means they haven't released anything that says, hey, this is ours, like Tesla with their over-the-air updates and their actual software that goes into the cars. That's theirs. And if you looked at the YouTube video that I posted in my bio, the dude's a sketch ball, man. Just like a sketch pad, not a sketch ball. He's a sketch pad. He's a walking sketch pad. Like you shake it and it's like, oh, where'd he go? It's gone. You got to draw something else up. And that's what he kind of did. You know, short run, he ripped off a business partner. Then he went and he actually got Swift to buy their hydrogen cells. He made a company with like promising them hydrogen cells and over promising, and it ended up being nothing. And they bought 5 trucks and they didn't really work out, and he just kind of folded and like a turtle just sunk away. And then out of nowhere, here comes Nikola, just boom, with the SPAC. And I'm going to get into SPAC. So I've been meaning to do it, guys. I've been busy, but I'll explain more of what an SPAC is and like how they're formed and what the purpose is of it. But, you know, all of a sudden, all the Robin Hooders came out of nowhere and saw Nikola like, this is going to be the next Tesla to the moon. And just everyone piled on. Shot it up to 70, went back to reality. They launched this deal with GM, shot up again, and now this thing came out and said, whoa, this is all fake. Now they're back down. And are they going to stick around? I don't know. Like I did in my post, GM, they got really nothing to lose here, guys. I mean, GM is getting paid $700 million to make tech that they were going to make anyways. And on top of that, they're also getting 11% stake in another company. You know, how could they can't really lose on this. They're winning. They're getting paid money to do something they would have did themselves. And they're getting a large stake in the company. So, you know, the only reason, like I said, they might back out is for PR. They're like, hey, we don't want to be known, you know, for the next Lunkin or the Enron, or you plug it in, whatever it is that you want to use. So on the other end, we're going to talk about Elon, because one of the first videos I ever did for you know, this, when I started everything, was Tesla. And, you know, like I said, it is a tech company at its core, but it's slowly and surely becoming an energy company. Well, Tesla just came out that in Fireburg in California, they're building a 50-something plus station charging network. It's going to be the fastest charger. So essentially, if you were traveling from San Francisco to San Diego, you could stop right there in Fireburg. It's along the 99 or the 5, I believe, one or the other, because 99 and 5 run the same. You'll charge up and you can make it to San Diego. And these little gigafactories are popping up all over the world. These little charging stations are popping up all over the world. So he's essentially making his own gas stations. Making his own gas stations. And more than that, a lot of people don't know this when they didn't follow Tesla, but there's a company called Solar City. Elon Musk started Solar City and Tesla at the same time. And Tesla's board approved to buy Solar City, to merge it as one and bring it in. And that was like a vertical integration, right? And in business, what a vertical integration is you take everything and you control it. You're not a drop shipper. You know, the drop shipping's gone. You are the dude that makes the cap. You're the dude that makes the bottle. You're the dude that makes the label. Hell, you even put the water in it. Everything you do it. So you're vertically integrated up. And that's what Tesla is doing right now. When they sell you the solar panels and you know you're a part of their system and you hook up with their battery pack, eventually you're going to be able to sell that battery energy back to them, and they'll be the ones that sell it to the grid. And especially with the roof tile they got, and to me it's very clear and evident that they're really trying to leverage what they got. So for example, once it all comes back to 5G, once 5G comes out, Tesla essentially is going to be able to send out the software update where if you own a Tesla, you're going to be able to hit, you know, self-drive mode, and your car will drive around and pick people up like an Uber. And it will make you money, it will make Tesla money, because they're going to charge for that service, right? So it's just crazy, man. Like they're just, Elon's a miles ahead. And what really separates them, guys, and what really separates Tesla from everybody else, the Nikolas, the GMs, even the Volkswagens and the whatever the hell you want to call them, is the tech that they got is already light years ahead. The ability to do updates over the air and stuff like that. And basically, you know, they're a software company, man. They got the software already. They got the software engineers. And I was having a conversation with my cousin on the ride home. We were just, you know, we're all nerding out about this. And we were just like, I mean, at the end of the day, why wouldn't you? If I was a crazy software engineer and I wanted to change the world, which I'm sure a lot of young people do, I don't care if you're left, right, whatever the hell you are, you're a human first. Why wouldn't you want to go work for the most innovative person in the world of our time, the Picasso of our time, the Da Vinci of our time, the whatever the hell you want to call it of our time? Of course, I'd be like, yeah, I want to go work with Elon. Let's change the world. You know, like Nikola, you know, I'm cool off of that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think that plus with the branding and plus the damn car is beautiful, man. I mean, Teslas are, that's going to be my next purchase whenever I end up getting a new car or whatever, you know, but I'm just still waiting for Battery Day, which is coming up next week. Oh, that was another thing Nikola promised that they banked on. They said that they had a battery that was gonna go like, I think 3,000 or 4,000 miles without charging, and that would have been freaking killer. Not true, or at least no evidence of that has been provided. But with Battery Day, Elon's gonna put out there a battery that goes 1,000,000 miles, and who knows, maybe he can get it. You know, my personal opinion, if you can get me an electric car that can go 1,000 miles without charging, freaking game changer. I mean, just absolute game changer. I would probably buy a Tesla in the next year and a half. I'd be like, wow, that's amazing, you know? So yeah, that's really the difference here. That's really the scandal here. Now, which way, how do we play this? How can you make some money? Well, you could definitely buy some puts on Nikola. But I think you're going to get burned either way. I made some money just bouncing it, but now like everything's out, guys. Stay away. I know it sounds so juicy to buy some puts, but I don't think they're going to go away this quickly. I think it's going to be a slow bleed. I think, you know, as the story develops, as the story leaks, there's going to be moments where, you know, the stock's going up, then the stock's going down. So if you're day trading it, by all means, do your research, you know, go in for it. But you know, if you're investing, we're not going to touch this. We're just, it's fun to watch. It's fun to talk about. It's something like, ooh, like, you know, every day something news breaking or whatever, you know. But as far as putting your money into it, I just don't see a clear path for them. Maybe they'll stick around and they'll be, I don't know, like a dealership or delivery. But I just don't see the end of the, like, I just don't see them being in business. I don't. But then again, I could be completely wrong. And for that reason, I don't think I am going to take a short or a long. I mean, I don't know. As the story develops, as things change, I will. I mean, if I do, I'm not going to bet more than about $3,000. So 100 shares. I would just short the 100 shares and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. We'll go from there. If you didn't check out my 5G video, check it out. It's going to keep you up to date and let you know about everything that's going on and what to look out for the future. I still think that's a great video. Not tooting my own horn. I mean, do your own research on YouTube, provide 5G, whatever, but you need to educate yourself on that. That is the future. And that kind of ties into self-driving cars and all that stuff. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. It kind of clarified stuff, what's going on, so you could, you know, start doing your own research and have a base. If you liked it, share it with one person. you know, help me grow the account. I appreciate you guys, and have a good morning, good night, good afternoon. I don't know what time it is you're going to watch this, but thanks for watching.